Hi, my name is Noshad. Some of you guys know me as Siobhan, Spurs Video Podcast. I'm going to talk about a few things. Start with the Watford game. I don't think I've seen us play as badly as that. Not for a long time. I think the last time I think us played so devoid of ideas, of passion, or anything really. Oh God, what are we? I don't know. Us against the Wolves a few years ago. It reminds me of that. We were that poor. And credit to Harry and Raf for saying that we were poor, and I think Watford deserved the replay. I don't think we took them seriously. We gave them no respect, and I don't care. Yes, we were X amount of places above them. You never shoot anything like that, and I was very disappointed with that. But sometimes you need to have a bad performance. Every team will have a bad performance at some point in the season, and I'm glad we hopefully we'll have got that out of our system, I guess. Moving on to the transfer window. Again, I was watching the Fiorentina game just now, and Amori, he's a good player. He's not special though, and I can understand why Harry would be reluctant to take him, because is he going to be fit? Is he not going to be fit? And obviously we have to shift the striker to fit him in. And obviously Pav does not easily going anywhere, or soon anyway. So therefore I don't know. I think that's always an awkward one. Jevotic though, I looked at him and he looks superb. And if we're not going to get Hazard, which everyone's telling me we're not going to get Hazard, get out of your mind. I know he's good. Yeah, he's solid. He can run with the ball. He's got good dribbling. He's nowhere near as quick as say Lennon is, and I expect him to be. But he's intelligent, and I think if we can work him technically with his crossing, he's got a good cross on. He's got good awareness. And I think if you look at Defoe, I love Jermaine Defoe. I've met the guy; he's a really nice guy, but he's not going to get any better. So he's getting taller, and his awareness of play isn't going to get any better. And I can't see him making that massive improvement. I think Jevotic as a player is 21, and I was watching that Fiorentina game, and that's half the stands is empty. I don't think they're the third or something with the fans in there. It was so devoid of any fans. I mean. And Jevotic looks like a good player. He looks a cut above everyone else. He had great awareness, unselfish, made good decisions. He's quick, not lightning quick, but I mean Defoe's not what I call a lightning quick player anyway. And he definitely had a good awareness. I think, if anything, if you can imagine a good hybrid of say Robbie Keane and Jermaine Defoe, but taller and a bit more technical, then I think Jevotic is. And obviously, there's a speculation around him. I think personally, stay in Italy, go to one of the biggest handling clubs, but I don't know why we shouldn't put in a bid for him. And I think if Harry was abroad, if I had the choice between looking at players, where would I go? I think Turin would be a bad place to go, and I don't think I'd get in a seat. So go from that. As for the Vertonghen, I saw Ajax. My lord, they had no concept defending. Their midfielders all over the place, and I think defensively, I don't know if it's tactically or their coaching, but they were very, very poor. That being said, some of the final goals were, I think at least 2 are offside, and one was a very dodgy penalty. So I don't think Vertonghen, deserves to be, on a losing team. But you don't look at a play, you think, well, this guy can organise things. He can really galvanise a team. Where you think, oh, there's a defensive rock that you can build your defence around. I think Kabul, obviously, King is. Kabul, obviously, is and definitely will be. Dawson, I love the guy. He bleeds white and blue, but we saw. If you saw the way Aguero turned Kabul, Kabul just about managed not to tackle him and concede a penalty. Dawson would have conceded a penalty straight away, I think. I think he's a good battering ram, but that awareness of where to be, holding the defensive line, it's not something he's good at. And I think going forward, Vertonghen is going to be. I think we signed Vertonghen with his versatility. He looks good going forward. I think as a defensive midfielder, I think he'd be superb. But we already have Sandro, Parker, Lives, Huddleston. The only reason I'd say Lives I think Liv will go out on loan next season to another Premiership side. I think he's done very well this season, and I think he'll go out on loan to another Premiership side. He'll get guaranteed week in, week out football, and he'll come back to us a superb player. But in terms of what I've seen, Vertonghen, I don't know, is he going to, I don't see the point of signing, was it a fifth choice centre back, selling one and Bassong to another fifth choice centre back. I just don't see the point unless you're going to get an incredibly good centre half. And I don't think Vertonghen, I don't know, he just didn't look like he was, he was the rock, that you could stand up. I mean, obviously, first of all, some of the offsides are terrible and it didn't really help, but he held a line, but it doesn't help that the players around him don't seem to hold that line for him. But and some of the offsides were terrible. But I don't know. It's just, is he gonna be that kind of player? I don't know. I mean, he just didn't look that great. I'm not judging him on one game. I'm sure he's a lot better than that. And again, with both Jevotic and Vertonghen, if you put them in with better players around them, I can see the Ashley Young effect. It's just a massive increase because you're playing much better players and you're training on much better players. It's naturally, as iron sharpens iron, so one man sharpens another. Yeah, that's only kind of and before you say anything that's saying negative about that, it's in the Bible. Check it out. A Muslim Muslim quoting the Bible. Again, big up for world peace. Anyhow, talk about the Wigan game. Ooh. I think it should require a separate podcast, but I think it'll be an interesting game. I think Wigan, obviously we played on Friday, we had a bad performance. Wigan, obviously 2 years ago, everyone was at 9-1, obviously 2.5 years ago now. It'll be interesting to see how we respond. I think there was a lot of negativity. I think the players were flat, and I think there was a spark. I think it's up to Harry's now man management because it can affect you either way. If you lose a game which you should have won, which you could have won, and you lost in such a gauntlet circumstances, it can drain you a little bit. It can take the heart out of you, and you lose your momentum. I think Harry needs to find a way to re-energise the players, let them regain their momentum. He's not going to be around them because obviously he's got more pressing concerns on his mind right now. But I still think if we can get a good performance against Wigan. We play to our strengths. Obviously, we played a 4-3-1-2, which we've never played before. Players looked alien with it. The pitch was very heavy, and I don't know. We just didn't seem to be there. We were still in the coach something. I think at Wigan, at home, one alone behind us. I think we can do a good job. Obviously, there's a few more days to go. We'll see. Obviously, it's the last day of the transfer window. Dos Santos, is he going to stay? Is he going to go? So many things going on. I'm going to give a big shout out to Andrew Parker, who I think was in Dortmund watching with our mate Stuckey and watching the Dortmund game. Apparently he thinks we should sign Barrios. Sorry Andy, but I do think Liverpool are going to be signing him. I think assuming they can cut their losses on Carroll. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this first video podcast. And let's hope Aston Villa and especially Robbie Keane can down the Arsenal.